Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of Hello Word. I am Alex, your enthusiastic guide on this journey into the vibrant world of the English language. I hope you are all doing well and ready to explore words and phrases that pop up in everyday life. Today, we have a very special theme that revolves around greetings, farewells, and a variety of actions we often perform when we meet people face to face or speak with them through other means. This episode will focus on useful words and expressions we can use on specific daily occasions, especially when we want to say hello or goodbye, exchange introductions, or share a moment of affection. As we move through these words one by one, we will also pay attention to their parts of speech, such as verb or interjection, so that you know precisely how to use them. My goal is to make this episode both educational and fun, giving you plenty of examples so you can feel confident about using these expressions the next time you greet someone, bid them farewell, or call them on the phone. Before we begin diving into the long list of words, I would like to remind you that English is full of subtle nuances. A single word can be used in different contexts, and a slight change in the tone of your voice or the situation around you can alter the meaning just a little bit. However, our focus here is to establish a strong foundation, which will help you navigate those nuances more easily as you gain more experience. Think of it like learning any new skill. At first, it might feel overwhelming, but with practice and the right guidance, you will soon be using these words as naturally as a native speaker might. Our theme, as I mentioned, covers a broad range of greetings, handshakes, and other common gestures. Each one plays a significant role in day-to-day interactions. For instance, greeting someone with a warm hug might be appropriate among close friends or family, while a handshake is more suitable in a formal setting or when meeting someone new in a professional environment. Similarly, offering a small gift can be a thoughtful gesture to express gratitude or celebrate a special occasion, but it is typically accompanied by friendly words or an appropriate greeting. By learning and practicing these words, you will be better able to navigate these social situations with confidence and clarity. Our plan for this episode is straightforward. I will present each word separately, state its part of speech, define it in simple terms, explain how it is commonly used, and then provide sample sentences to help you see these words at work in real contexts. Each word has its own paragraph to give you plenty of room to focus on that word alone. After we have covered everything, I will share how you can keep in touch with this podcast, show your support, and help others discover this show as well. Remember, your feedback is immensely valuable. It lets me know if the pacing is right, if the content is clear, and whether you want more episodes like this in the future. So sit back, relax, and let us begin our adventure through our list of English words and expressions related to greetings, farewells, and friendly gestures. Now, let us talk about our first word. To introduce. This phrase is a verb that means to present one person to another for the first time. When you say you want to introduce someone, you are usually announcing who the person is and possibly giving a little background information. For example, if you have a friend named Sarah who is new in town, you might say, "I would like to introduce my friend Sarah. She just moved here last week." In daily conversation, introducing someone helps to break the ice and make everyone feel comfortable in each other's presence. Examples: I want to introduce my cousin to my coworkers so they can get to know each other. Another sample sentence: allow me to introduce my brother. He is visiting from out of town and would love to meet new people. Using to introduce is especially helpful in formal settings like meetings or conferences, but it is also perfectly fine to use in casual situations like a gathering with friends. To greet somebody. This phrase is a verb phrase that means to say hello or welcome a person in a friendly or polite manner. When you greet someone, you acknowledge their presence, often at the start of a conversation or upon arriving somewhere. People often greet one another with words like hello, hey, or hi, depending on the level of formality. A greeting can be accompanied by a handshake, a wave, or just a smile. For instance, if you see a neighbor while checking your mail, you might greet them with a simple good morning. How are you today? A sample sentence. She always greets her guests with a bright smile and a few kind words. Another example. If you want to make a good first impression, be sure to greet the interviewer politely when you enter the room. Greeting somebody sets the tone for a positive interaction right from the start. To shake hands. This is a verb phrase that describes the action of clasping someone's hand with your own, often followed by a gentle up and down motion. Shaking hands is one of the most common gestures of greeting or agreement in English-speaking cultures, especially in more formal or professional settings. You might shake hands upon meeting someone for the first time at a business meeting or interview. For example, if you land a new job, your employer might shake your hand and say welcome aboard. Another example, if you want to finalize a deal, you might say let's shake hands on that to symbolize your mutual agreement. Sample sentence. He extended his arm to shake hands with his new client at the start of their meeting. Another example, when introducing two colleagues, you might encourage them to shake hands to start on a positive note. To bow. This is a verb that refers to bending the upper part of your body forward, usually as a sign of respect, greeting, or thanks. In some cultures, like in certain parts of Asia, bowing is the primary form of greeting or showing gratitude. While it may not be as common in Western contexts, people who travel or interact globally might find themselves bowing to fit the customs of the place they are visiting. A simple example, in Japan, it is customary to bow when meeting someone for the first time as a gesture of respect. Another sample sentence. The performers bow at the end of the show to thank the audience for their applause. In everyday English usage, you might also hear someone say he gave a small bow to acknowledge the compliment. That tells you the speaker or subject is physically leaning forward slightly to show appreciation or respect. To hug. This is a verb that describes wrapping your arms around someone to show affection, warmth, or compassion. Hugs can be shared among friends, family members, or anyone you are close to. It conveys a sense of closeness and comfort. For example, you might hug a friend you have not seen in a long time as soon as they arrive at your house. A sample sentence. She hugged her mother tightly before leaving for the airport. Another example. When they heard the good news, they hugged each other in celebration. Hugging is typically considered more personal and intimate than a handshake, so people usually reserve it for those with whom they share a warm, friendly, or loving relationship. To say goodbye. This is a verb phrase that means to express farewell or a parting message to someone. When you are leaving a place or ending a conversation, you might say something like, I have to go now, so I will say goodbye. Another example, at the end of every phone call with her mother, she takes a moment to say goodbye and express her love. This phrase can be more informal depending on the context, such as telling a coworker bye, see you on Monday, or telling a friend catch you later. Overall, to say goodbye signals the end of an interaction or the moment of departure. To curtsey. This is a verb that describes a particular gesture often performed by women or girls, where they bend their knees, lower their body slightly, and sometimes hold out the sides of their skirt or dress. Historically, a curtsey was a traditional greeting or sign of respect in formal or royal settings. In modern times, it might be seen less often, but it can still appear in formal events, dance recitals, or performances like ballet. For example, a ballerina might curtsy to show respect to the audience at the end of a show. Another sample sentence, she gave a small curtsy when she was introduced to the royal family member. The curtsy is closely related to the concept of bowing, but it is specifically associated with female participants in certain cultural contexts. To wave. This is a verb that describes raising your hand and moving it from side to side in greeting or farewell. It is a universal and friendly way to acknowledge someone's presence without necessarily speaking. For example, if you see your friend across the street, you might wave to get their attention. Another sample sentence: the children wave goodbye to the school bus every morning. You can also wave to say hello, as in she waved at her neighbor when she stepped outside. Waving can be used in a variety of circumstances, from a casual wave between friends to a more formal wave of a public figure greeting a crowd. To give somebody a kiss. This is a verb phrase that describes placing your lips on someone, usually on their cheek, forehead, or lips, as a sign of affection, greeting, or love. In many cultures, kissing on the cheek is a common way to greet close friends or family, though customs can vary. For instance, you might see people in some European countries give a small kiss on both cheeks when they meet. A sample sentence: she gave her grandmother a kiss on the forehead before saying goodnight. Another example: he always gives his daughter a kiss on the cheek when he drops her off at school. Depending on the context, a kiss can be casual and friendly or deeply intimate and loving. To call somebody. This is a verb phrase referring to telephoning someone. In English, to call somebody typically means to reach out to them through a phone call, though in modern contexts it can sometimes mean a video call. For instance, you might say, "I will call you later tonight to share the news." Another sentence: she calls her best friend every morning to plan their day. The phrase "to call somebody" can also appear in professional settings, like when a manager says, "I will call our supplier to confirm the delivery schedule." Remember that in older usage, to call somebody could mean shouting their name, but in contemporary daily life it mostly refers to phone communication. Hi. This word is an interjection that is used as an informal greeting. It is short, simple, and friendly. When you say hi to someone, you're showing casual warmth, which is perfect for greeting friends, family members, or acquaintances in informal contexts. For example, if you see your neighbor in the hallway, you might say, "Hi, how are you today?" Another sample usage: your coworker might say, "Hi, Alex, did you have a good weekend?" It is more relaxed than hello, but still polite enough to use in many day-to-day situations. Hello. This word is also an interjection, and it is a standard greeting used to acknowledge someone with a slightly more formal tone than hi. Though not strictly reserved for formal situations, hello can be used in a wide range of interactions from casual to professional. For instance, you might say, "Hello, Mr. Brown. Nice to see you again," if you want to remain polite and a bit more formal. Another sample sentence: "Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly meeting." It is very versatile and widely accepted as the go-to greeting in many English-speaking environments. Good morning. This is a greeting phrase used to wish someone a pleasant morning. It is often said before midday to start the day on a positive note. Although it is technically two words, it functions as a set phrase for greeting, which means it behaves like an interjection or standard expression. You might say good morning to your colleagues when you arrive at work, or you might greet your family with good morning at the breakfast table. A sample sentence might be, "Good morning, everyone. We will begin class in a few minutes." Another example: "Good morning, Lucy. Are you ready to start our trip?" This is usually used until around midday. Good evening. This is another greeting phrase typically used from late afternoon onward, often after 5 o'clock or around sunset. Like good morning, it is a way to acknowledge the time of day and greet someone politely. A sample sentence: "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us at our annual charity event." Another example: "Good evening, neighbor. You are up late tonight." This phrase sets a polite and courteous tone, making it suitable for both formal and casual settings. What is your name? This phrase is a question often used to ask for someone's name, generally when meeting them for the first time. It is a complete question that can help you learn basic information about a person. For instance, you might say, "Hello, What is your name if you are introduced to someone at a party? Another usage might be at a reception or registration desk. Excuse me, what is your name? I will check our list. This phrase is direct but polite, particularly when said with a friendly tone of voice and open body language. My name is. This phrase is a short statement used to introduce yourself by stating your own name. It can be followed by your first name, last name, or both, depending on the context and how formal or informal you want to be. For instance, if someone asks who are you, you might simply say my name is Alex. Another sample sentence, my name is Laura, and I will be your guide today. This phrase is straightforward yet vital, as it allows others to know who you are at the beginning of any interaction. We have now gone through each English word or phrase mentioned in our daily occasions theme. I hope that going step by step has helped you gain a better understanding of these greetings, goodbyes, and actions we can take to show respect, affection, or just plain courtesy. Remember, one of the best ways to improve your English is to try using these words in your daily interactions. Whether you greet a friend with a simple hi, say good morning to your family, or wave at your neighbor, make those interactions count. Practice often, and you will find that these words soon feel natural. Bye. This is an interjection and a shortened form of goodbye. It is used to express farewell in casual or informal settings. A sample sentence might be, I am heading out now, bye. Another example, she waved and said bye before getting on the bus. Though it is a simple word, it conveys a friendly sense of parting and is extremely common in day-to-day life. You can also lengthen it a bit by saying bye-bye to sound more playful or affectionate, especially with children or close friends. We have now gone through each English word or phrase mentioned in our daily occasions theme. I hope that going step by step has helped you gain a better understanding of these greetings, goodbyes, and actions we can take to show respect, affection, or just plain courtesy. Remember, one of the best ways to improve your English is to try using these words in your daily interactions. Whether you greet a friend with a simple hi, say good morning to your family, or wave at your neighbor, make those interactions count. Practice often, and you will find that these words soon feel natural and easy to use. As you incorporate them more frequently, you will also pick up on slight differences in tone and context, which helps you fine-tune your language skills even further. Thank you so much for tuning into Hello Word today. I genuinely appreciate your company as we learn and grow together in English. I would love to invite you to subscribe to this podcast if you have not done so already. By subscribing, you will always be alerted when a new episode is available, which means you can continue your learning journey without missing a beat. Also, please take a moment to leave a review. Your feedback and support help other English learners find the show, and it ensures we can keep providing valuable lessons and insights for everyone who wants to become more confident in their English communication. That brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you feel more comfortable using each of the words we explored. Whether it is to shake hands, hug, bow, say goodbye, or even present a small gift, you have a variety of expressions ready to go for your next social interaction. Above all, always remember that language is about connection. These words are not just for memorizing. They are bridges that bring people closer and allow us to share moments of friendship, respect, and warmth. Keep practicing, keep exploring, and do not be afraid to make mistakes along the way. Mistakes are simply opportunities to learn and grow. Thank you again for joining me, Alex, on this journey. I look forward to bringing you more fun episodes in the future, where we will unravel more English vocabulary, expressions, and tips that will empower you to become a confident speaker. Take care, and as always, keep practicing. I will see you next time on Hello Word. Bye for now and happy learning.